Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Do Nails with Me as a 10-year nail pro. My name is Mackenzie, and I help people create more space to do things they truly love through entrepreneurship. Today, we're here with Princess. We love her. And we are going to do some transparent French. I am using potted gel. If you do not know what potted gel is, comment below and I will go more into depth about that. These are Japanese nail brands and nail pots that I'm using. I'm pretty sure this one is a Presto nail pot and we love to see it. Okay, so we are going to watch as I paint her nails and design her nails for her. She had a really specific design in mind, so it's my job to achieve that look for her. Okay, and luckily I already had a lot of transparent polishes that I had not used. So this is a transparent black. I absolutely love this because it doesn't show up as gray at all. It really just shows up as a transparent black. So whenever you are using gel pots, you are going to need a gel polish brush. When I started doing nails, and I went to a nail salon during my beginner years as a nail tech. I learned a nail technique. Okay, we had to learn the technique in regards to polishing. And the way I learned it was to get really close to the cuticle the first pass and then closer beyond the first line that we create in the second pass. So we're not going to try to cover the entire span of the nail bed our first go round. That is how you create mistakes and you end up getting too close to the cuticle and potentially polishing the cuticle. So you'll see me get real close to the cuticle but not completely covering it. And on my second go round, I will get closer than that, and this helps to create a really solid line and polishing technique. I absolutely love this polish because it's true to its color. Okay, it's definitely a black. I'm going to maybe do one more pass over just to get its full effect, and then I'm going to go ahead and start polishing the French. Now this is a gel brush. It's specifically for gel products, and this is what I use to add the polish to the nail bed. And now we are doing the same thing with green. I absolutely love using gel. I have been using gel all of my nail career. I have never offered acrylic services, and the reason for that is because when I was in nail school, all we learned about was acrylic. So I practiced and mastered acrylic, and I felt as though I was a master. A lot of people were impressed with my work, but when I would do it on myself, I realized how far down you really have to file your client's nail bed down, and I just never was okay with that. Like, just doing it on myself, because all nail techs know that we are like a million times more rough on our own nails than our clients. So it's like the things I had to do to my nails to make it stay on and adhere to my nail bed, and then my nails would just break or like snap, and it would leave me with injuries. And when I didn't have injuries, when I would soak the nails off, my nail beds would be in such distress, and I just never was okay with that. So I wanted to be able to guarantee a level of health when it comes to nails. I wanted to focus on health. So the best way to do that is to treat the actual nail bed itself. So Gel X shortly came out after that, and I was really interested in it, so I bought the kit on my own and tried to do it on myself on my own. It was a complete disaster. It turned me away from Gel X, but later on when I ended up working in that salon, we had to do Gel X, and we had to do Gel X without an e-file. Can you imagine the removal for that? Okay, and we didn't even have like professional grade files. We had those little 3-inch files that was like less than half an inch of filing space. Just ridiculous. So all of that to say, I ended up getting really, really good at Gel X, because when you're limited to certain tools, you start to learn how to do things a lot faster with less. So once I ended up going off on my own, I was able to use an e-file, and it was just a breeze after that. So I thank them. Even though it was kind of ass backwards, I appreciate the skill that I really learned from them. That was the first place I worked as a nail tech. So a lot of people probably wonder, like, what is the difference between working in a salon, working solo, and maybe working in a spa? I would say spa is probably the best option. I loved working in a spa. It just didn't really work out for me because the owners were like insane. And when you work at another place that's not your own place, you're always going to have to deal with the rules and regulations created by other people. And sometimes these are not even people with nail licenses in your field or beauty licenses at all. So that is something you have to consider when you are going to go and work for someone else. I also enjoyed working in a nail exclusive salon. Of course, we have the same thing I just mentioned with being able to tolerate certain rules and regulations. But then, of course, comes your peers. There is competition in any salon, whether it's nail exclusive or not, which I am not a person that is afraid of competition or confrontation. So I feel like I thrived in that environment. I really just liked the healthy amount of competition. To me, it was healthy. I didn't feel like threatened or anything by it. If anything, I felt challenged to become better. And it's great to work in a space like that because you get to learn techniques from all sorts of nail techs. A lot of my mentors, when I was working there, they had been doing nails for 10 plus years, okay? So they really had a lot of tips and tricks to give to me year one of really servicing clients. Now, I had serviced clients beforehand, but I really didn't have a client base at all. So I learned really useful techniques. I do recommend any new nail tech to work in a nail salon at least 1 year starting out, because you're going to learn so much. You're going to learn salon etiquette. You're going to learn how to be professional. You're going to learn techniques with doing nails and how to do nails. This is not something you're going to learn on your own. You're just not. Even with watching YouTube videos and stuff like that, because I am a firm believer in YouTube University, okay? There's nothing I need to learn that I can't find on YouTube, or at least an introductory level on YouTube. So now that I'm here, I can give you the game, but there's nothing like working in a salon and gaining that knowledge, even just seeing like how the salon owners run their business, what to do, what not to do. There's just a wealth of knowledge in working in a salon that first year that you just can't get by yourself. All right. So then we have working solo. As I just stated, I do not recommend going solo for a long period of time. I would not be like, okay, get your nail license and then like go solo for 5 years. No, I don't recommend that. Maybe if you want to get your nail license and start practicing, offering like model services, maybe like you want to work at home or something like that, I would offer like model services at home, and these things will work really well for you. You can be at home forever, okay? This is just my opinion as far as professionalism and learning techniques that you're just not going to learn by yourself. Learning skills and concepts that you're just simply not going to learn at home. You're just not. So I would say maybe start out at home, get your feet wet, get comfortable and confident, and then go work in a salon for a year. Even if it's part-time, right? 2 days out of the week. Maybe you work there 2 days, 1 day out of the week, and then you take some appointments at home. At least you're getting a level of skill that you were not going to be able to create and mimic and develop on your own. So that is my suggestion to anyone that is just starting out in nails. Get your nail license. Nail licensing is so important. I would just say that it's a box to check off. And I would never be like, tell somebody to go do busy work or just go do something to waste their time. Nail school is not by any means a waste of time. You need to learn certain things. You need to learn the etiquette of a salon. You need to learn what is appropriate and what is not appropriate when running a business or working within a business. Because a lot of us don't come from entrepreneurship, right? A lot of us don't come from that. So especially if you don't come from that and you don't have any other types of mentors, you need to make sure that you get in a space with other nail techs that have way more experience than you, so that way you can confide in them, get information from them. So at the end of the day, you can be better at what you do way faster than somebody who does not do these things. This is something you just gonna have to trust me on this. And I share my experiences all the time on how this sort of things work. So what you're seeing me do now is French. I love to do French with a long, thin liner brush. I talk about my thin liner brush all the time, and I cannot wait to make more videos discussing how thin liner brushes work. But thin liner brushes are simply a hack for French. A lot of people are intimidated by them. They're too long, they're too thin. But in reality, a thin liner brush is all you need to create French because the brush does all the work. As you can see, I just get my brush dipped in the paint and I line the line that I want to create and I simply drag. I don't have to do a lot at all. I'm just simply placing my brush where it wants to go and dragging it down or whichever direction to create the shape. It doesn't get much easier than that. I did spend about 2 years working exclusively with my thin liner brush, just doing a lot of exercises with them. And the exercises I did were creating little like blobby shapes. So you can create like goop or blob or slime type of shapes. You know what I mean? Like Nickelodeon type of shapes. And that will help you learn how to use your brush correctly because you'll be able to learn to bend the brush and not put too much effort and learn how to really use the brush as a tool. And that is really my recommendation. Here I'm using a short liner brush just to fill in the blanks and polish everything, make sure everything looks exactly the same. So whenever I talk to my clients, especially when using transparent polish, I always say, hey, my recommendation is to not allow the nail to show, but some clients want that. And this is the case here. So if I wanted to cover up her nail bed, I would just bring the French higher and cover up her nail. That is what I would really do. But she wanted a really deep French and she did not mind. So, it's her nails. I do the job. I make my suggestions always, but at the end of the day, I'm going to do exactly what my client wants me to do. All right, and here we are just polishing and going ahead and adding the polish. Even I still get fixated on watching things like this. So I want to briefly talk about my subscription/membership. I am currently working on it right now, and it's going to have a wealth of knowledge. All of my ebooks will be included, including any videos that go along with it, also worksheets and workshops that go along with each ebook. I'm super excited about it because I have been trying to create a membership since 2020. And when I say I've been trying to create it, I've mostly been doing a lot of research on funnels and sales and marketing and all of these things. And it's been really hard. So I've come a long way when it comes to understanding exactly what needs to happen. And I'm working on it. So I just wanted to give that update. The membership slash academy is coming and I'm so excited. I'm also working on getting my instructor's license so that way some of my courses can lead to credit hours. I'm just really focusing on how to add value to this membership. So if you are here listening and you have questions or concerns, things that you want to know specifically from somebody that's been in the beauty industry for 10 years, somebody that's been an entrepreneur for 15 years, somebody that loves what they do and also has no problem pivoting and turning directions and creating the life that I want to live. If you want to learn from someone like that and have a door be opened for you, definitely log into the school when it's available. I'm going to create a wait list so that way everybody that's watching is able to just join the wait list and be notified whenever the membership becomes available. I'm geeked. I'm so geeked. So I want to point out here that I love this long liner brush. You have not seen me erase my work and start over not one time. Not once. And it's only because of the thin liner brush. It's so easy to use. Like once you get the hang of it, you will not want to turn back and you will not be afraid to use it at all. Okay, so I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Definitely peep this. At the end of this, I'm going to use a layer of hard gel. Okay, I'm going to use a layer of hard gel by D&D, and then I'm going to use a top coat by D&D. I love D&D, so that's what we use around here. It's highly recommended. I'm gonna let you finish watching this. See you later. Bye.